all you Latheads. Welcome in. It's a Wednesday afternoon. We are one game away from being at the halfway point of the season, and now baseball gets serious on Friday nights as the race for the playoffs is set to heat up. And, man, I don't think we need anything else to heat up. It's been very hot weather here in North Texas. But with that said, just want to know how the Sandlots are going to handle this second half of the season. So we just want to give you a quick recap of what's going on from the perspective of the Sandlots. So I think if you ask the forward Sandlots right this second how their season has gone so far, they'd probably say something akin to it's like herding cats. And that's not just because manager Bruce Raspberry spends like half his time trying to get 9 grown men to the same field on the same night and construct a lineup of the bits and pieces that have been available. And, you know, it's also because this season's been, well, let's just face it, it's been chaotically entertaining. I guess that's the best I can come up with. So we kicked the season off with a gut punch of a 5-4 loss to the Yotes and Stros, but you know that's nothing new. They've been smashing the topic for years, and so that's nothing new. But what was the interesting thing about that game was it was such a heartbreaker to lose because we were actually ahead and just needed one out. And you know, it's just one of those things where you can swear you can still hear the crack of the bat at midnight, waking up from a nightmare. You know, and because the baseball gods love good drama, we ended up playing the same Yotes and Stros for the first 3 games just because of the way the weather worked out and everything. And the games weren't back-to-back. They were spread out over weeks. But, you know, in game 2, sweet, glorious revenge. And, man, that tasted so good as we took care of business and we evened things up. And for just a brief shining moment, we were 1-1. And then we beat the Bulldogs in our 3rd game, and we were suddenly 2-1. And we were looking around like, what? Where are we? How does this feel? Because at that point in the season, in the last couple of seasons, we've never had a winning record early in the season. But we were feeling like kings of Rockwood Park at that point. And, you know, of course, baseball being baseball, reality came knocking. Losses in game 4 and 5 just had us stumbling like a guy trying to steal second in steel-toe boots. No rhythm, no timing. And consistency, well, the weather took care of that. There was no consistency whatsoever. And we just seem to have misplaced those like keys in the laundry. But here's the thing. We're sitting at 3-4. We're still in second place in the division. And the Yotes and Stros, they're going to do their thing. They're out there doing the best evil empire impression right now. But the good news is we only have to see them one more time, guys. Just one more time. And I like our odds of ending that particular saga with some fireworks. So, I mean, if you talk about the competition and, you know, who we're likely to face and all of that stuff, you know, well, the Bulldogs, you know, they got the full Sandlots experience this past Friday. And I say that tongue in cheek just because we didn't really smash the ball, but we were actually able to drop 9 runs on them and walked out with a 9-4 win. And we looked like a team ready to turn the corner. Steven Terrell was absent this past week, but when he's been in the lineup, smoked it like a Sunday brisket. Man, he's just call him Chef. Landon Loggins, this dude's straight laser show, and I'm talking Pink Floyd, man. And it's tough because sometimes you, as a team, experience a major loss in the season for whatever reason, injury, you know, just life, it happens. And so David Raspberry, man, dude was swinging the club like he was trying to wake up a hibernating bear. And he's definitely missed in the offense and in the field. And speaking about the outfield, well, they've been hard to fill in at times as far as a lineup because, you know, right field is still a question. It's a question mark heading into the playoffs just because Derek is he's just been in and out of the lineup. You know, he's been absent. Just like I said, life gets in the way. But in left field, Derek's early. He should have that locked down if he's available. Absolutely. and we're still awaiting the return of Tim Green. That would be a huge boost, especially down the stretch, and absolutely critical for the playoffs. That was one of the things the Sandlots looked to shore up in the offseason, and went out and got Green in the draft, and has just, that's what led to the early success for the Sandlots, is holding defenses score totals down, and it's just it's been hit and miss without him. And let's talk defense. Steve Garner at second base. Man, that man's been playing a greedy second, man. Yeah, I mean, he's flashing leather all over the place. And the funny thing is, to look at him, you might not expect the movement he's capable of. You know, like I said, most of us are 35 and up. Most of us are 40 plus. And so, you know, he looks like he's ready to smash a 6-pack of beers in between innings. But trust me, this dude has been slick and sick, making tough plays, and they just make him look routine. You look up and you see the ball floating in the air, and you're thinking, man, there's no way he's going to get there, and he just brings it all around. Solid defense and makes the catch, man. I don't know what to say about this guy. He's a joy to watch, man. Just focus on second if you come to a game. What about short? Well, it's been a story of the dynamic duo there, Landon Loggins and Anthony Hare, both platooning and keeping things steady. And look, none of these victories happen. None of the good pitching performances happen without DT crimes behind the dish. A few catchers call a more solid game. He's my battery mate when I'm on the mound, and I love the way he calls the game. He's got a great read on his pitchers. Definitely understands his battery mates like their family, and he's been just very inventive at the plate too. I mean, he comes out of nowhere with these little sneaky bunts, a couple of them for RBIs. It definitely moving runners over in critical clutch moments, and that's the kind of heads up baseball that it doesn't show up in the box score, but it wins the games. But let's not forget the arms. Eric Olson, man, it's been a steady rudder on the mound all season long, and he works at his own pace, like a man who enjoys a good sunset between pitches, and there's nothing wrong with that. And he gets the job done outing after outing, and it's just Mr. Cool consistency. And just like that sunset with a cool breeze, man, it's nice to have him on the bump. So I mentioned Tim Green a few minutes ago, man, just kind of missing his absence. We haven't seen him for the last game or two. But, man, this guy's velocity is starting to cook. And when I say cook, you can hear the sizzle like it's a steak being brought to your plate, and then hear the pop as it hits the mitt. And that's just, man, it's an appetizing sound when he's on your team. I'd hate to be on the other side of that. And, we missed him a few games, and it showed. But he's been lights out in his appearances, and only once has he been roughed up this season. Guess who that was against? And if you guessed the Yotes and Stros, you'd be wrong. Actually, it was the Rangers, those very Rangers that we got coming up this week. So this game is going to be an absolute. It's just going to be absolutely massive in importance. Not just this game, but the 4 games that we have against the Rangers to close the season out. And then there's Valdez. Call him Mr. October? I think not, especially at the plate. We can call him Mr. Soft Contact. But if you're thinking about, in the batter's box, he would be the king there, Mr. Soft Contact. But what we're talking about is this guy's out there inducing weak grounders and lazy pop flies like it's a magic trick. Start him, bring him in relief, it doesn't matter. He's giving the Sandlots innings and keeping hitters guessing, and it's very important. It's someone you can count on for consistency. And let's see, Anthony Hare. This dude's everywhere. Shortstop, third base, on the mound. Man, I'm just expecting him to pop up from behind a bush at some point. You can use him, like I said, just put him anywhere. He's a Swiss Army knife. And he's got a bat like a sledgehammer. A couple of sparkling outings on the hill, and then coming in swinging with an absolute club at the plate. And I love this guy's aggressiveness. He's always, hey man, if it's a fastball, you know what? I'm not even gonna put that out there. Let's just say he likes to swing at first pitches. Oh, man. So here we are. All right. We're heading into the second half. The bats are heating up, hopefully. And the defense, man, they just keep flashing that leather. And I think they'll just start to really gel. And, Manager Raspberry's got his hands full keeping the squad locked in. I don't know. But herding cats, I don't know. That's nothing when those cats are hungry and they're focused. Man, and staring down a playoff run with fire in their eyes. I'd hate to get in the way of that. All right, moving on to next week. So Friday, let's see, Friday night, and I'm going to get you the details right now. So Friday night, we got the Rangers coming up at 7:30 p.m. I'm going to get you the location for that game. But before I get you the location, we're going to talk about, man, what do the Sandlots have to do to win this game? Well, first and foremost, and I don't know if it's a possibility, I mean, let's just pray about it. All right, let's pray about it. Because getting everyone on the same page as far as schedule, and like I said, I will always say this with men's amateur league play baseball, is that, you know, our families and jobs and everything come first, but it's just the way we feel about baseball. We love it, and it's part of our life. It's been part of our life since we were kids, and so, you know, we kind of make the joke that life gets in the way of our baseball, and that's quite okay. But heading into the second half of the season, you know, summer's winding down for the kids. Less time to take that vacation and stuff like that. So everything's winding down, and we get our lineup back. Hopefully, you know, kids still got tournaments and stuff like that, and they keep winning. Well, we keep plugging in holes in the dam. So, yeah. But looking forward to the game, the keys for the Sandlot. So the key number one, and hopefully we can make this happen, is to have a full lineup with which to work with for Bruce Raspberry, manager of the Sandlots. I believe if he has a full roster to pull from and make his lineup, he usually creates a good, solid lineup along with the right pitchers for the right teams and the right situations. So key number one, have everybody there, and that would make a huge difference. All right, number two, gotta have good pitching. In the wins that the Sandlots had, the pitching was on point, and just a lot of soft contact induced, and which if that's on point, then my number three key will come into play. But importantly, number two has to be taken care of first. So whoever takes the mound in these games, we just need to. Man, I don't know. You know what? I say it like it's an easy thing, but in the last meeting with the Rangers, with Tim Green on the mound and myself, whatever confidence that we had that we were going to just take it to them that day had disappeared by the time Tim had given up his probably fifth or sixth solid hit. And that's the thing about it. It's not, it's not that they were just smashing the ball, which they were, but they were hitting pitches that they shouldn't have been hitting. Like these were great pitches, great locations that should have just, induced some kind of pop up or soft ground ball. But these guys were just all over that strike zone and putting good wood on anything that Green put across the plate, anything that I put across the plate. And it was a very frustrating night. But if the pitching comes out and is good enough to hold the Rangers to probably no more than 3 or 4 runs, then I think that we have a really good chance to do some damage there and come out with a dub. Man, just looking forward to the schedule too. I think we have 4 games left against them. I think we have a good chance of splitting those, depending on what our lineup looks like. But that'll just have to be seen. So I promised you. Let me finish my thought. So the third key to the game is solid defense. If the pitching is good enough, just to induce the contact that I was talking about, not a lot of solid hits and definitely, no extra base hits or anything like that. And they just put the ball in play, then the third key is definitely the defense. And lately that's been pretty good as far as like fielding balls and stuff like that. Man, if we just make the routine plays, everybody keeps to their fundamentals and keeps their heads in the games, know where to go with the ball when you get it, all those basic things, then that will take care of itself. The run totals will take care of itself because we just have to make the plays when they're hit to us and minimize any opportunity they have to put runs on the board or even multiple runners on base. And I think that if we can do that, then we'll definitely come out of there with a W. All right, so I did say that I was going to give you the location for this game. So here it is again. So the Rangers will take on the Sandlots at 7:30 p.m. at Rockwood Field number 2. Back at the Rock, baby. That's where we love to be, especially Field 2. I don't know. There's something about that field there. Field 1 and 2, I think, are the best. Field 3 is it's good. We're good there, but something about number 2 just kind of feels like home. And so we're going to go ahead, and since we are home, technically, according to the schedule, we're going to call the Rock number 2 home, man. And so let's get in there and take it to the Rangers. And so let me know your thoughts. What do you think? What do you think the Sandlots chances are for pulling out the W? Not only at this week, but how do you think they're going to fare down the rest of this stretch? Take a look at the schedule, and you'll see. We got at the 4 against the Rangers, a couple more against the Bulldogs. I believe it's like 3, and 1 against the Yotes and Stros. Man, looking at that, looking forward, it's just you can't help but have some hope and some optimism, because you can count at the very least a split with the Bulldogs will give us 2, and so that would put us at okay, they haven't updated yet. I was like, okay, so just kind of looking at the schedule, I think we have 3, so that would definitely give us like 5 wins, and let's just say we take on the low end, we take one of 4 against the Rangers. That puts us at 6 and 6. So that on the very floor, we get in at 6 and 6, 500 record at the end of the season, and forgot about the Yotes and Stros. So man, that's we definitely want to win against that game. That's becoming a grudge match there as well, and we definitely want to pull out one more win against them, kind of make up for that opening day loss, man, and come up. I believe I think we would finish even with them possibly, as far as head to head, and even that would be a moral victory for sure, because it's always a tough play against the Yotes and Stros, man. It's a very good team out there. Props and hats off to them for having being consistent. They're top of the division, for the past couple of years, and so which is that's a feat in itself. But the Rangers are actually the defending champions. So you've heard us mention it. We recapped it. They were the ones that put us out of the playoffs last season with a walk-off home run, which was, man, that was tough to take. So we're looking for our revenge this season, And that's why these next games are going to be so important, not only for the standings, but for pride as well. And so let's go Sandlots. And let's go, you fans. Let's pack the stands if we can. I know it's a little bit hotter these days, and the first couple of games, man, we packed those stands. It looked like we had a huge following out there. But I understand the weather was a little bit more favorable with its temperatures and stuff like that. But if you can bear it, come out. Just bring some iced beverages, bring a cooler, bring some snacks, and come join us 7:30 p.m. At Rockwood Park number 2 here in Fort Worth, Texas. If you can't make it out to the ballpark, come see us in person. That's okay. We will have the live stream up, and that usually starts at about 7:15. The stream begins, and you can catch us on our Facebook page at FW Sandlots on Facebook. We're looking in right now to being able to stream on multiple platforms. So you can watch on your favorite platform. Well, that's it. You've been updated, and that's our Wednesday edition of The Wrap with Dez. I'm not going to keep you too much longer, but I do want to say that this show is sponsored by Tire Store Service Center. They are our friends. I do call them friends because actually they're more like family, man. These guys take care of my personal vehicles, mine and my wife's. And they take care of my company's vehicles, and which means they can take care of you. If you've rented from us, your vehicle was serviced by Tire Store Service Center. These guys always take care of me, always the right price point, and just do it with a smile on their face. I've never seen anybody look unhappy when I've walked into that place. And man, they've got it buzzing like a beehive, usually so busy, but always making room for their clients. So their motto is, we don't sell, we service. And that is absolutely true. I've never been sold anything that I didn't need, never been recommended anything that I did not need. And these guys know me, and they'll get to know you too. Go see them. My favorite location is on Harwood Road in Bedford, but you can find the location nearest you by going to TireStoreTX.com. That's TireStoreTX.com. Or just do a Google search, Tire Store Service Center. Go see them today. Tell them Sandlot sent you. All right, you have been wrapped up. Thanks for joining me on The Wrap with Dez. I appreciate y'all. Let's rock it out Friday night. Hope to see y'all out there. Until then, I will, until then, I'll be getting ready for my baseball game. But I will see y'all, and you will hear from me Monday with The Wrap with Dez. Wrapping up Friday nights. Hopeful W against the Rangers. See you then. Hey guys, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe if you like this podcast. And if we bring something of value, we always love to hear from our listeners. So let me know. Hit the comment, leave a comment, and hit the like button. Thanks. Appreciate it.